Trump had an AI meltdown and OpenAI sold out. This is a crazy situation we really need to talk about.
Something extremely problematic and unprecedented has happened in the US AI landscape. President Trump has instructed the Pentagon to blacklist Anthropic. And he also has black-labeled the company as a supply chain risk, which not only ends the Anthropic $200 million Defense Department contract, but it also forces anyone seeking to do business with the US military to cut ties with the AI firm, which means also companies outside of the US military have to cut ties with them. Now, this is a step that is usually only reserved for companies that are from adversaries from other countries that are actively against the US. This is really problematic. What is even more problematic is the post by the president himself on Truth Social, where he writes the United States of America will never allow a radical left woke company to dictate how our great military fights and wins wars. The decision belongs to your commander-in-chief and the tremendous leaders I've appointed to run our military. The left-wing nutjobs of Anthropic have made a disastrous mistake of trying to strong-arm the Department of War and force them to obey their terms of service instead of our Constitution. Therefore, I'm directing every federal agency in the United States government to immediately cease all use of Anthropic's technology. Now you might wonder, what is this heinous unpatriotic criminal act that Anthropic has done to get this unprecedented kind of reaction from the president and also being blacklisted? And here's a statement from Dario Amodei. Again, Anthropic is an American company. They are the creators of Claude. Now, down here, they point out the two things. So, first of all, Anthropic has worked together with the Department of War for months. They have access to their classified systems and they have negotiated with them for months on the specifics on how their AI can be used by the Department of War in the future. And they said you can use it in any kind of lawful way you want, with two exceptions. Now, these two exceptions are the mass domestic surveillance, and I want to pull really your attention here to the word domestic. This is not about terrorist groups. This is not about adversaries from other countries. This is not about foreign powers that try to attack America. This is domestic surveillance. This means the surveillance of American citizens. And Anthropic points out here that the government already has the power to purchase detailed records of American movements, web browsing, and associations from public sources without obtaining a warrant. And this is also, by the way, has generated a bipartisan opposition in Congress. But what he also points out is that AI is so powerful that the powerful AI makes it possible to assemble this scattered individual innocuous data into a comprehensive picture of any person's life automatically and at a massive scale. As he says that the law has simply not caught up to how powerful this is, how you can turn every American citizen into a transparent piece of glass 24/7, and the government can survey you all the time in a way, in a depth, in a range that has never happened before. And they say, no, we don't want to be part of that. That's a little bit too much. Let's let the law go up with that. The second part is fully automated weapons. And they say, well, the problem here is that fully autonomous weapons cannot be relied upon to exercise the critical judgment that our highly trained professional troops exhibit every day. They need to be deployed with proper guardrails, which don't exist today. So their heinous crime is to say the law doesn't understand yet how powerful AI is, and the system is simply not ready yet to be trusted with weapons. That seems pretty reasonable, and it seems pretty unreasonable to be that unhinged to say, hey, we have got to call you a system risk. We have to blacklist you as a company and also call you left-wing nut jobs. That's a little bit over the top, but also a lot of the things he's saying here are actually not true, don't actually line up what is the actual law. Because he says he has strong-armed the Department of War to force them to obey the terms of service instead of the Constitution. Well, first of all, that is the Constitution. This is the law, the terms of service. That is why we have them. The government is not some godly power that can do whatever they want. They have to actually also act in lawful ways. They can't just go against the terms of service. So here's two things that are really important for you to know about. First of all, Apple has also refused to give the US government famously access to their iPhones through a backdoor, because they say this can be exploited by hackers from other countries worldwide and by that make it a completely useless device. Secondly, and that's even more important, is that if they would apply to these orders, they would set a precedent for that, where they say, okay, you agreed to do this little thing for us, so why not agree to do the next little thing for us and the next little thing for us, to an unending demand from the government to open the system more and more and more until they have all the power in that private company. Now, here's another thing that's really important. The government is not the god. The government is not the king. This is not North Korea, where the leader can just dictate whatever a government has power or access to and what a private company has to provide. So a private company is not automatically forced to offer the government any or all products and services it has developed. Can you remember that famous scene from Iron Man where he says, no, I have developed it. You cannot have it.
You want my property? You can't have it. F you, Mr. Stark. F you, buddy.
And this is what actually holds up in real life. The government is just another client. They have to negotiate the contract for access on how much you can access, what it can be used for, what the pricing is for that, because they are just another client. They don't have any more power than any other customer out there. So to say they are strong-arming them into the terms of service is kind of a Karen move at that point, where you just go to Starbucks and you say, no, I want something. And when we tell you right now, the coffee is too hot, you have to wait for 2 minutes to catch up to make it better, well, then you have to wait because it's just too dangerous and we don't want to take that risk. That is the situation that is happening right now. The problem here is, of course, Anthropic is not the only company out there. So there's other companies like, of course, XAI, and they're already getting access to the classified systems. But there's also another thing here that is pretty interesting. Some Altman said, we have come to an agreement with the Department of War to deploy our models to their classified network. Now, the interesting thing here is that Sam Altman also has the same two restrictions of not being used for mass surveillance and for automated weapon systems. Why the Department of War would agree now to that is kind of unclear. Also, another thing that Sam Altman writes here, and is very shady, in my opinion, is that he says, in all of our interactions, the Department of War displayed a deep respect for safety and a desire to partner to achieve the best possible outcome. This doesn't really sound like respect for safety to call someone a left-wing nutjob. It is not even that Dario Amodei says we will never allow this kind of use. He just says for now it's not ready, and this is why we have these two restrictions. So he's not saying no forever, he's saying no for now, which in itself is problematic. And it's also problematic that both Musk and Sam Altman seem to be open to that possibility even now. But that reaction, this is dangerous.
It's kind of around the corner. Let me know in the comments what you think about this situation. Thanks for watching and see you soon.